All right, MMA fans, the Cage Warriors flyweight champion is here. Shaj, welcome back on Sherdog. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine as well. Thanks for asking, my friend. How is your preparation going for your upcoming fight in Rome?
The prep's going really well. I'm feeling better than I've ever been. So I'm super excited to see what he brings to the table.
You're going to face Michele Martignoni. But before that, is this the first time you're competing in Italy, right?
Yes, this will be the first time in Italy. So it's exciting to see what Italy's like.
What do you expect from your journey to Rome, in addition to the victory, of course?
I just like I enjoy traveling, so I'm excited to see what Rome is like. So I'm just looking forward to the trip. I know it's going to be very hot over there, so I'm kind of I'm trying to prepare for that a little bit. But other than that, I'm just excited to defend the belt and fight again. I just love fighting.
This is going to be your first title defense attempt. You're going to attempt to defend the flyweight championship.
I will defend. I will defend.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
There's no attempt.
I wasn't implying anything. I wasn't implying anything, just stating some facts. Still, you captured the belt after that magnificent performance and victory after Sam Creasey back at Cage Warriors 148. You guys had already fought in the past. So did you find any difference from your first fight to the second one? In addition that you won both fights?
Yeah, I think it was a different fight because it'd been so long and such a long time apart. But I felt like I deserved that title shot way before, and I felt like when I had that fight, it was more frustrating that he would become a champion before me, and he got that opportunity while I called out for it many years ago. So I felt like I had to work harder for it. Maybe it made me even better. That's why when I was in there, I was super motivated. There was nothing that day that was going to stop me from winning that belt. I trained so hard for it. And I'm still training hard now. I want to get into the UFC. I want to be the first Bangladeshi born athlete in the UFC. I want to make a bit of history. So it was really good. I've had lots of great support since I've won that belt from the community in Bangladesh as well as the local community. So I'm just hoping I can make history again and try to get a good win in a few weeks' time and hopefully get the attention of the UFC, because I really believe that there's no other person for me to fight outside the UFC.
You fought on Cage Warriors on several occasions. You were with the promotion on and off on several times. This was the third stint with the Cage Warriors. I mean, you fought early in your career, then you stopped, then fought again, stopped, and fought again for fight. Are you still fighting, of course, for Cage Warriors? Currently, you're on a 5-bout winning streak. What changed in your preparation and your mentality to face the fights after that defeat to Jake Hadley back at Cage Warriors 114?
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a turning point for me after that loss to Jake Hadley. A lot of things happened. Obviously, we had COVID around that time. I also became a dad for the first time, so it was very hard to learn how to fit all my training and everything in when I had a newborn. Because I was supposed to have that fight with Jake Hadley just before he was born. But then obviously with COVID, there was a bit of a delay. So then I was adapting to, becoming a father, which was very challenging, which I didn't anticipate how hard it was going to be. So I felt like that was a bit of a turning point in my life. It gave me new reason to train and things. After that loss, I had a good hard talk with myself and my coaches and my family, because I realized if I really want to be the best that I can be, that I have to make some changes in my life. And I had this mental switch. I changed everything. I spoke to my training partners. I spoke to my wife, and I changed my entire schedule, my whole life. And I was becoming a full-time coach as well at this time. So I was trying to balance everything. And I just got this new motivation. I thought, you know what it is? I want to set an example to my athletes that I coach at Ace MMA, and also to my son. I thought, I don't want him to be born and then find that dad went downhill after he was born. So I thought, no, I'm going to show him that if you work hard for something, you can achieve it. So that gave me a new motivation. I started training with some of the best fighters and athletes in the northeast of England. I got a new wrestling and S&C coach, Terence Boston, who really changed my engine, I should say. The body's like an engine, and since I've been working with him, I feel like I've upgraded. So I've had lots of different things happening, and I just got this new motivation, this new drive, and I feel like I feel unstoppable right now.
I'm glad to hear that, and you look in good spirits. What do you expect from Martignoni in this fight?
I expect him to come very prepared. It's in his hometown. He's going to have a lot of fans. But I think he's going to, once he gets in there, he's going to not be prepared for what I'm going to give. He's coming down a weight division, feeling like he's going to have that strength and that size advantage. But everybody thinks that. They think I'm small because I am small for the division, but I'm not weak, and I'm very fast and I'm very fit. And once he gets in there, he's going to realize now I also have knockout power. I've been working on developing power for a long time now, and I really feel like I've got that strength and power behind me that I didn't have, I'd say, 5-6 years ago. So he's going to come in there expecting to be, big. He's going to be full of confidence because he's just fought Dominic Wooding, and he's going to find out that Shaj Haque is no Dominic Wooding, and he's going to realize that as the fight goes on, it's going to get harder and harder for him, not easier this time.
This is not going to be the first flyweight fight of Martignoni, but he is pretty big, for even for bantamweight, he was big enough. Let's put it like this. Do you think that, weight is going to be a pivotal part of your fight ahead of the fight, since it's a championship fight, since everyone needs to make championship weight for the clash? So do you think that he will make it to go down to 125 pounds again?
I don't know. That was one of my things when I accepted the fight. I said I don't know if he can make 125. But obviously, they said that he's fought 125 before, so I accepted the fight. And I wanted to move up a weight division and fight in my bantamweight, but he declined, and he decided he wanted to vacate his belt and come down to flyweight, which is I didn't fully understand. But that's what it was. And I think he's going to spend a lot of his training camp now focusing on his weight, constantly looking at his diet, counting calories, and not thinking about the most important thing, which is me. I'm a bigger puzzle than anything he's ever faced before. I don't think he's got training partners that do what I do, that move like I do, that are as fast as me either. So I think he's going to spend a lot of this time. He's going to feel like he's going to win when he steps on the scale, thinking that he's achieved it. But he doesn't realize that after stepping on the scales where the real fight's going to begin. And I've been focusing on the fight because I make weight comfortably. So I focus on the fight every single day. So I'm going to be very prepared for this fight. And I wonder if he's going to be as prepared as I am.
I asked you, what do you expect from your opponent? And now, what do you expect out of yourself in this fight?
I expect, I was saying this to somebody else. I was saying, I'm quite excited to see myself perform this time. I've been training, I've been working on some new things. And I feel like I'm a lot stronger than I was. I've been doing a lot of strength training in that time. I don't take much time off. Some people wait till they get a fight. I train all year round. So I've been training since January. After my last fight, I took a few weeks off, and then I straight went back into how I can improve. So the last 6 months, I've been trying to, I've been upgrading myself. I've been upgrading my software and my hardware this time. I've been working on a lot of different things. So I don't see this fight going the distance. I don't think people can survive 5 rounds with me. I think after the first round or two, they're going to realize that it's a tough fight, and they've got another whole 3 rounds to go. And I think he's going to quit mentally, and I'm going to break him. And then I think I'm going to get either a TKO finish, maybe even a KO like last time, or a submission.
Have you seen Martignoni's fight with Dominic Wooding, or watching footage of your opponents is not something that you usually do?
No, I do that. We always watch. I always give my opponent respect that they are good. So I always watch them and I analyze them every fight. That's why I come in a little bit different every fight that I have, because I feel like I'm far more adaptable than other people. If I'm fighting a certain person with a certain skill set, I'm able to make that adjustment. You can just look back on my fights. I make adjustments with every person that I fight. So I've watched him, and I don't feel like he gives me anything that I've never faced before. So I don't know if he's going to be ready for what I'm bringing, but I'm very ready for what he's bringing. He's going to bring a lot of heart, a little bit of power, like everybody has. And I think that's not good enough. That's not good enough to become a world champion like me and become a UFC fighter. So I think he's going to go in there and realize that he's not ready like I am.
You mentioned the fans of Martignoni, and the crowd in Rome can be pretty loud. Let's put it like this. Do you think that fans will be a factor in this fight?
I think for my performance, no, because for me, I've fought in many away territory before. I have heard that Italian fans can be very hostile, so I've been told to be ready for that. But I've fought in different countries, different places. I've fought in lots of people's hometown with a lot of support. So it's nothing new to me. But I did see in the Dominic Wooding fight, I really did believe that the crowd helped Michele kind of get that energy that he needed, because he was losing the fight and then he came back and the crowd, I think, like pushed him through. But I think with me, it's going to be the opposite, because he's going to realize that I don't deteriorate like Dominic Wooding does. So when I'm not deteriorating, I think the crowd is going to become pressure instead of support this time around. And when he gets in there, he's going to feel that.
Shaj, before I let you go, do you have any last messages?
Yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to my sponsors. They've really helped me this time. I've got sponsors. I've got Spice Lounge. I've got NNR Joinery. I've got Full Well Property Services. I've got Fight Connect, which is a new platform that's coming that you should keep an eye out for. And I've also got Northeast Ear Clinic, and then just my team at Ace MMA. These guys, they've allowed me to travel to Rome a few days earlier to be able to acclimatize a little bit to the heat and things like that. These are things that are tough. I've also been able to take a few weeks off work. That's why I'm able to talk to you right now, because I usually wouldn't have the time. But I've been able to take a few weeks off work before the fight now and reduce my hours. And it's only because these sponsors have been helping me out. So us fighters, we need these sponsors and they deserve some credit as well. But other than that, I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready to watch this fight, because this is going to be one heck of a fight.
Thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time today. Best of luck with the upcoming fight, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future.
And thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Have a nice one. Bye, bye, bye.